Oh, we didn't even get it this time.
Nobody gets it now, Noah.
Get it denied. R.I.P. get it. Well, Afreeca Red on the offense on Temple of Anubis. We saw that stat, which was kind of interesting before the match began, that it's a 65% win rate for teams who begin on defense.
I mean, I think
a bit odd.
I think it does make sense because a lot of the time, sometimes having that clock and knowing just how far your opponent got in the time frame that they got there can push you to be a little bit more aggressive or defensive. It just gives you knowledge of how much room you have to play with.
I feel like it does really kind of show the psychological advantages that come with starting first or second in Overwatch. It's a real thing.
Well, yeah, it helps you tailor your strategy, too. You may change your team composition depending on how fast you have to go. So
again, how did they drive this thing in here without wrecking all the walls?
Maybe it's just been there for a really long time and they rebuilt the walls around it.
That's probably right. It's been there since the ancient Egyptians built this city. They're like, oh, what's this modern giant vehicle doing in our ancient city?
I don't even really know what the point of having a vehicle that large is on land.
Because it's awesome.
Wouldn't it just be better to have like a fleet of Jeeps or something like that?
Didn't you see that it has a basketball court inside? Who wouldn't want to play basketball when you're driving around? The tune on the Widowmaker this time. See if we can find any picks.
Major change, but I'm a bit surprised to see Lagerman on the Zarya. Normally you would pair this with a very big dive composition with a Winston instead. As you can see, Tvik heading for cover right there and trying to get that duel. But with that spread, it can be a little bit tricky, however.
Yeah, here comes Zebasai now on the Winston to force the tune back. And he's just going to get chased down. He's got to get to the health pack. Meanwhile, Quartermain gets taken out by Manasons. Not sure if that was a hook or what, but either way, it's a dead Lucio.
And this is why we typically see Widowmaker with a dive composition, because if you aren't pressuring that backline, it leaves an opportunity for one of the mobility players on the defense just to harass you out.
That's right.
You're not going to win that 1v1 against a monkey most of the time, and so that means a swap right here for a tune back onto the comfort pick of Tracer.
TyDollar trying to make some progress here. Manasons gets a heal off, and now the run. Yeah, you cannot get away from Zebasai sometimes. Man, that Winston is just custom tailored to take out cybernetic ninjas.
And now the problem that they face is that when the Genji is dead, there's not a great way to eliminate Tvik from the high ground. Oh man, beautiful.
Wow.
No escaping from Tvik.
I guess not.
He looks unimpressed with his own abilities.
He looks disappointed. He's like, I was looking for more of a challenge.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm impressed by your abilities.
No, I mean, he was looking for more of a challenge from the tune.
Well, no Tracer is going to be a challenge at that range. Goodbye. Oh, wow, nice Zarya shield.
Yeah, saves him for the moment. Manatons does go down, and this is the moment where TyDollar, he's so low, though, gets taken down to Vic with the tack visor, has to run for cover, but that is a big ult to dedicate to just knocking Vic off the high ground. As it is, Zebasai coming back in again. Lagerman has to run. Wow, such great tracking from Tvik, forcing that Zarya out almost immediately. Zebasai gets the kill onto Na'Vi, and Afreeca Red having a little bit of a hard time holding this one. Zebasai goes after him. They finally take him down. A tune back on the Tracer. Okay, this is looking a little bit better this time. Now the respawn's coming in a little bit too staggered for MisFits, and so this should be point A, taken by Afreeca Red.
Yeah, got a lot of value there from the self-destruct, forcing him off the high ground during the tack visor and the nano boost. And Tvik actually going to switch it up immediately, go onto the Pharah. Was on D.Va there for just a moment, but thinks better of it.
Well, the defensive Pharah. Interesting choice here from MisFits. Can be annoying to deal with.
Now the assault on point B begins here for Afreeca Red as they're looking for the first map win of the tournament. Tune sneaking around the side, trying to charge up that pulse bomb to 100%. But MisFits really didn't dedicate a lot of ults besides the Primal Rage and the tack visor to that last defense, so got a lot of tools to work with.
Wow, going in with the sound barrier as well. Lagerman gets knocked down before he can use the ultimate, though. And Attune finds no place to put that pulse bomb. Instead, Na'Vi running from Tvik, and that first push absolutely stuffed by MisFits.
I really don't like the way that Quartermain has been using the sound barrier so far in this game. I mean, oh man, that's just brutal.
Just body blocking him? Oh my gosh.
Oh.
That is irritating.
Oh, he actually lives.
I just say let him go now. I mean, he's got to either find a way to kill himself or he's got to wait until he gets his suit back, so. It's actually making it even longer for him to get that D.Va back.
I mean, the Zarya shield there did save him in the end, but we'll see how much that affects this next push.
There we go. Finally got the D.Va suit back again.
Probably would have taken longer if they had actually been able to kill him, but that's all right.
I think it would have been pretty close, actually. Lagerman, still no target for that Graviton Surge. Now he's going in with the Nano Boost. This is the time. He's going to go ahead and, well, probably use it. No, takes out Manitons first, not even needing it yet. That's pretty high charge Zarya right now. Vic, meanwhile, has the healing from Sava to try to keep him up. They've swapped over to that Mercy, too, for the support. Lagerman kind of on his own, just going to use the barrage. Oh, he turned away a little bit too early there.
Absolutely did.
Whoops.
Now Attune manages to sneak onto the point. Nevic's in trouble.
Yep.
And a nice sleep dart onto the nano boosted Winston, going to shut that down for the time being, but they can't quite get it. Zebasai wakes up and takes out Tydola on his way out.
Zava getting pretty close to the Resurrect here too, and Nevic's actually on the Sombra. Interesting. So if you hack the big health pack underneath, exactly like he's doing right now, you can deny a lot of sustain from an attack of an enemy team, and man, EMP on the point B Anubis is just game over. Yeah, hacks both health packs. It's going to be pretty tough for Afreeca Red to go for a sustained push now.
Especially when you consider the Mercy res as well, right?
Yes.
You're not going to be able to use the health packs. Even if you kill somebody, you're just going to get resed immediately unless you can take that Mercy out.
Tydola on the Pharah now. Afreeca Red trying to adapt, and they may not have been ready. Oh, never mind. Did I say not ready? Tavik is always ready. There's a Pharah to Pharah kill. And now MisFits just cleaning up. Afreeca Red building quite a few ultimates, but they're going to need more. Nevix is going to have the EMP.
Just bouncing, take this around yet again.
Yep.
And they're not going to take him out, just letting him fall back once again. It's going to resuit nearly immediately, however.
Yep.
Some other time where taking him out would have been more efficient, but
that time I agree. First time I'm still not convinced.
Oh!
Sleep dart.
They sleep darted him before he could recall.
They must have seen him when he was coming out of stealth.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that was the luckiest sleep dart ever.
But
all right,
they can make something out of this attack.
Yeah, Nevix is down, so no EMP to clear the sound barrier immediately. Afreeca Red with a pretty good start. They're going to need to use that. They use the EMP now, but MisFits already a bit short-handed. Lagerman gets low, goes down, no follow-up with the Graviton Surge. Tavik coming from the side. And it looks like MisFits in a pretty good spot at the moment. Yeah, kills coming in for pretty much everybody.
Yeah, yet another shutdown, and MisFits stays up with 3 ultimates. They look very calm and collected on these defenses.
Oh, Attune. Or rather, Tydola gets out just in time.
And Tavik, they're going to wait for the hack here because that will make it respawn faster.
Very fast, in fact.
Smart play right there, and yeah, it's just so difficult to shut down this MisFits defense. I love the fact that they're using the Sombra defense in conjunction with the Mercy here on this second point.
Wow, they're just going to give up the Deadeye. I mean, it's not a great ultimate offensively on Anubis point B. So Attune, I think, better served to go with the Pharah. Tydola opting to swap off of that a while ago. And here comes Attune. Oh, goes for the Mercy, and him and Lagerman are able to take him out. Nice kill onto Tavik. Attune going crazy, man. He was known for his Pharah early on and way back in like the beta and stuff. And this is a good push already for Afreeca Red. Attune getting very low, has to watch out for Zebasai. Not anymore. He needs some healing though. Pushing away, there's the EMP. Attune's so low, but no one's been able to kill him just yet. Finally has to run away from Tavik. One more rocket might do it. They actually take Tavik out. Only 1 kill on Tydola, and Afreeca Red has the sound barrier back just in time. They've nearly got the point. They only need to just push MisFits off for just a tiny second. Can they actually defend this? There's the res from Sava. MisFits coming back again. Meanwhile, Attune gets the nano boost. That's a lot of damage. Self-destruct comes through for Lagerman. Just trying to get MisFits off the point right now, but the Reinhardt was standing strong. Nevix is back again on the D.Va, and this fight is still going. Afreeca Red, again, just a millisecond they need to push MisFits off this point.
That's about it.
They haven't done it.
They haven't done it yet, but the Winston's the last thing on that point.
Oh, Zebasai, somebody's got to get back there in time. There's a barrage. They take him out, and MisFits can't quite stop Afreeca Red from getting 2 points, but they do force it to overtime.
Yeah, that's going to be very helpful too. I mean, if there's any time left on the clock, MisFits will benefit as long as they can cap both points. Man, Attune with the clutch opening kills.
Yeah.
Take that, they gets the Mercy, and then he takes out Tavik on Pharah, leaving them in a 6v4 situation that they eventually snowball into a win.
Wow, that was about as close as you can cut it, but Atune going back to the far again after quite a while. But you know, we are seeing that flexibility from Afreeca Red. You know, it's not
Much
necessarily. It's much better in terms of flexibility. We haven't seen it result in a huge amount of success, but that time it worked out.
Absolutely. MisFits. See what they bring on the attack. Zebasai could definitely be going for that Widowmaker.
Absolutely.
He did play it in their last best of 5.
And this is what we were talking about earlier, where this is the kind of comp you generally want to run with the Widowmaker. You've got the dive to distract the defensive team, to give that Widowmaker some breathing room to find the picks.
Yeah, you can't just let the Widowmaker get 1v1 by a Devo or a Winston.
Yeah.
Right. You have to push them back by putting pressure onto the supports and DPS players of the enemy team.
If the defensive Winston is free enough to jump up at your Widowmaker, you know things aren't going too well in the attack.
Yeah, or you do what Envy did, and you play a very slow push composition where you're going to be hiding behind a big tank line with the Widowmaker and trying to hit those shots.
Sure.
The mixed bag is not very effective for Widowmaker compositions.
Quartermain trying to do a bit of reconnaissance. So we see pretty much every Lucio doing these days. Run away!
Madison's actually going to stick with the... Okay, there we go. Tracer coming out. Like this just a little bit better. Yeah. Afreeca going for a 2-2-2.
Super heavy dive.
Yeah, they're going to have a lot of issues if...
Killing a Na'Vi right away.
Well,
that's exactly what every Widowmaker looks for, man. That headshot right over the edge of the railing there.
I mean, that's just a horrible positioning issue. You've got to expect that Zebasai...
Oh, goodbye supports.
...is going to be coming out with this Widowmaker here. He's done it before. Tydola trying to get him. But not really going to be able to pick up much. His job has already been done. The first 2 picks are out. Vic is starting to clean up.
When you kill the supports so early like that,
there's no hope.
No, you're just not going to hold point A. Manitins gets to himself on the Tracer, and Tydola with a pretty heroic effort, but it's not going to work. And unfortunately for Na'Vi, I don't think you're going to be able to hold the point for too long. So that's going to be it for point A. Really fast take. 7 minutes and 9 seconds to go. MisFits has an entire epoch of time to take point B.
Now Toon is going to switch to the Sombra and start hacking those health backs immediately, but he actually is going to get found out on the side and killed instantly by Zebasai and Reinforce.
MisFits has just been so ready. Vic.
He's getting
close.
back.
He certainly is. Nearly has a Dragon Blade. That hacked health pack is a bit of an issue. He's got the Dragon Blade now going in. MisFits already completely on the point. Genji versus Genji. Tydola can't stand the heat. That's 2 already for Tavik, and Afreeca Red are looking at this match about to end right about now. Lagerman gets in at the last moment, but MisFits, such a good position on this point. We'll see how long Na'Vi can delay on the Mei. Won't be all day, I must say.
Certainly won't be, especially the sound barrier coming up right now. They're trying to stall out.
Oh, they're doing a pretty good job. Quartermain
nice
way
EMP.
Up high. Yeah, good EMP. And Quartermain staying alive for a pretty long time. Enough time to give Afreeca Red the chance to get a bunch of people back, but it's not enough. Well, and MisFits are just going to take this one.
6:05.
Wow.
That is quite a bit of time to work with.
Certainly is.
So we'll see if this is going to have to be truly epic.
Yeah.
From Afreeca Red.
You're right. We're going to time bank, aren't we?
Yep. Na'Vi not looking too happy with how that round played out, but when you win that fast on the offensive side off of that first push, they got their ults up quicker, the Nano Boost and the Dragon Blade up so fast.
All right. Well, all that MisFits need to do is just take point A again.
I mean, this is one of those times, Stoa, where I was surprised the Toon's going for the Widowmaker. This is one of those times where you have to go for like Symmetra Torbjorn and hope you can snowball off of a successful first defense into like multiple Molten Cores and having a big shield generator.
I agree.
Well, they're going to go for Bastion.
Huh, okay, well. So they have a Bastion, but no Reinhardt right now.
I mean, the Bastion is another one of those picks, though, that can't snowball because of the power of Bastion's ult, and if you can consistently take somebody down.
You can be very sneaky with the Bastion. I mean, you remember back at the Overwatch World Cup at BlizzCon, we saw Arhan play some pretty good defensive Bastion on this map, but he's going to need to get back there really fast.
What's he doing?
I don't know. There's 2 seconds, and he's not going to be back there by the time MisFits come out.
Oh, man.
What in the what?
That may be just game-breaking right there. If
Well,
Zebasai wins the sniper war,
Atune needs picks. Atune absolutely needs these picks.
depends on how fast. Looks like, I mean, MisFits
one
doesn't
more.
know the Diva's not there, so
Yeah.
they're not going to rush the point necessarily, but basically Afreeca going to give up a lot of ground as a result.
That was a very close call for Afreeca. Vic, reflect up for just a second. Now Afreeca Red trying to defend this point with their lives.
Whoop.
Oh, wow. No! Zebasai wins the duel.
Yeah, Toon, I think they pretty much give it up right now. He's having a giggle off of that one.
Yeah.
Not a very stout defense going to be incoming. Zebasai will just hook shot his way back over to a health pack, and this is a really desperate attempt to deal with this Widowmaker. Meanwhile, Chaos on the point, but Vic looks like he's winning out.
The control meter's building pretty fast. Nano boost from Afreeca Red really went nowhere there, I believe. Yeah, $9 kind of on his own, and looks like this one's nearly over. Vic gets the kill. Oh, nearly taken out himself. Here's take this. I think it's going to be more like take a break from Overwatch for a while.
I don't think they're going to take a break, though. They still got to play their last match, but that's going to be
We'll see. So Afreeca does go down.
I mean, 6
0-3.
minutes left in the time bank. What are you going to do, really? That's so much room for error with such a long walk from the spawn for the defensive team. Very small chance that you're going to be coming away with a win. They're going to use the Zebasai meme face.
Yeah, but those are tears of joy this time.
Zebasai's not even going to acknowledge the fact that this is happening, apparently.
That's awesome. Well, he doesn't need to use it. He's already got that face. MisFits with the 3-0 victory here over Afreeca Freecs Red. The fans getting on the action too.
Yeah, even the fans getting in on the Zebasai meme face action.
I feel like I need a Zebasai meme face now.
I definitely need one, though.
We both need one. I've got the picture on my phone, but it's not big enough.